So go ahead and have your ruler or your mixing spoon, or maybe you have one of those. You guys remember those rulers that were like a triangle? I don't know if they were like for geometry or what, but that'd be a good ruler if you got one of those hiding somewhere. So here we go. Ruler goes to the palm of the hand, right? We come back into our space. Now that we've acquired our ruler, let your arms just hang down, hang out. Feel the texture of the ruler. You can turn it a little bit in the palm of the hand, right? Get familiar with it. Now, I know you're practicing every other day with it, so it becomes more familiar with you. We feel that our knees have a little bend and our fingers are holding on to the ruler like a cocoon or a hammock. Feel that our feet are flat, fixed, firm to the floor. Our 9 points of contact are resting to the earth, our 5 toes, the arch, the blade, the heel, and the center. Let's draw our attention to our breathing. In through the nose, if possible, out through the mouth. If not out through the mouth, that just becomes way too confusing, then just use your nose. The nose knows. It's our only filtration system. Begin just to sway side to side. The ruler's still hanging heavy in place. We leave a little bend to our knees, please. Feel those 9 points of contact, especially if you're barefooted, resting to the floor. A little bend to the knees, please. Relax your pelvis. Shoulders are heavy. The spine through the crown of the head is lifted up. Now let the ruler become part of the movement. It's going to float out. We're going to need to bend the elbows a bit more, like we're holding Camilla and rocking her. All right. When we come back to the sun and the cloud side, the ruler floats up to the heart and floats across, sinks back down. Remember, the waist is our turner, our driver. A breath up and in. Exhale. Now notice if there's any tension, any muscles flexing that don't need to hold the ruler in place. Breath in, exhale. Now, when we rise up, we feel that our elbows have a bend to them. And the bend is pointing more to the earth than it is out and away. That puts too much stress in the shoulders. And we're trying to let go of tension, not create extra. And we float across. There we are. 2 more, please. Relax the fingers, relax the shoulders, relax the mind. Now we come back down to heaviness. Let it float up just a little bit to the sun and the clouds and take it back. Pull the energy up, in, and through you. Guide it across with an exhale. Now the center of your ruler should go just about to the big toe. And then we come across. Now if you feel like your spine wants to rotate a little bit more, We can do that, but we have to be sensitive to what our knees feel in the movement. The knees should have a little bend. We should feel no turning or torquing or tension in the knees. If you choose to make the range of motion a bit greater. One more here. We come back to pause. Come back to feel. Come back to breathe. And notice any tension that's in the chest, the shoulder, the bicep, the forearm, or into the ruler itself. Just let it go. Shoulders feel heavy. We reach, extend out to the height of the heart, draw back into you. Elbows stay heavy, so we're not extended. Elbows are down. The whole body sinks down. Then we rise up with a breath in. Just to the heart. Sink the chi. Guide the focus to any area that you may usually hold tension in. And just focus that warmth of chi into that area. Shoulder, maybe it's your finger, maybe it's your knee or low back. Let the mind guide the energy. Picture that space inside of you that it needs that place of the energy sent to. Two more this way, then we'll change for the other direction. Remember, the whole body is rising and sinking. Release any tension in the jaw. A smile always helps. One more time. Feel the chest open. Now we sink all the way down. Press rewind. We draw back up. Extend back out from the heart. Reaching out to you, reaching out to me. Sending energy back and forth to each other across the United States. Rise and breath in. Exhale. Let's sink down. 3 more times. Go a little slower if need be. Feel the pressure of the ruler to the palm of the hand, but just enough that you know it's there. Just like when we take the ruler away, you can feel where the pressure was or where the energy lies, just enough to know that it's there. Let the ruler come down to rest, and we do the same. Pause. Feel. Breathe. Relax the jaw. Feel that the teeth are not biting, right? They're not clenched. Sometimes we don't know until we give the attention to the area and we realize the shoulder's up by the ear or the body is shifted to one side over the other. Let's take our horse stance, so wider step, however we want to get there. We hinge the knee. We bring the ruler vertical. Now here, your bottom goes that way, mine this way, like you're sitting to a chair. And we're just going to shift side to side. We want to feel that our knee stays just even with the toes or slightly behind. Now the rooting or the weighing in side to side, that's up to your knees and hips. And we'll just go side to side. Now let your waist turn you to the leg that is straight. Then let your waist turn you to the leg that is straight. A slight turn, both directions. Now we extend the ruler towards the straight leg. Pull across, extending the elbows. We draw back to the side. Look, we have a big vat of energy. We want to churn. Bring it across. Let the body shift. Now make sure we avoid the dancey feeling where the body leans to the side. La, right? So we stay sunken. We pull across and just pull in. Swing side to side gently. See where the body wants it to go. Find the flow. Pull in. A little turn, extend, we draw back. A brief story about Marcia and George, fabulous couple. Marcia was asking about us doing this ruler, and she said, I can't seem to keep it in the palms of my hands. Slower. Look at your hands. We started doing the tumbling, started to fall off of her hand. After class, I put it in her hands, and her husband George said, here, let me help. And he put his hands on her hands and started guiding her through the practice. My day was made and it was just beginning. Bringing us together. Now, as we reach over here to the sun and the cloud, we're going to bring the ruler in as we turn it over, bring in, press rewind, take it back, extend, and float across. Breath in, we draw in. Out, we go out. Notice the upper arm is staying relaxed, not pressing in, because the top hand presses down, the bottom hand presses up, and then everything in the midsection just contracts. So just let it float across. Now this time, take it across, let one foot draw in. As the other draws in, find your heels back under your hips. Bring the ruler in to pause. Let the ruler lie down. Feel. Breathe. Feel the warmth, the energy we created in the legs, in the body. Where in the mind, in your world, are you taking this energy that we are creating, focusing it where? Now here the ruler draws up to the heart. It doesn't matter which foot you take a step out with. Let me step back so we can actually see what's happening here. We take the step out, leave the foot in place, extend out. Now we're going to take a bow, which means that we lift the toe. The front knee stays bent. We sink the hips back. We go down what's comfortable for us, and we draw it back up. Now we're just going to leave the foot extended there. Extend out, exhale. Sink down, drawing in, breath in. This helps us with our practice even in Tai Chi because we exhale to the extent of all the movements finishing together. And we breathe in as if we were going to draw the hands back in, like if we were rolling back. Exhale. But here, focus the energy through the sole of the foot. Draw it up in and through you. Imagine it drawing through the crown of the head, circulating, extending back out and away, and back in and through you, just like our circulatory system, into the heart and through all of you. Two more, please. Now this time when we draw up and pull in, we will step in. Let the ruler rest, let us rest from the movement. Feel the energy from one side to the other of the body. Notice how it differs. The leg that you stepped away from probably feels more warm than the other side, but the other side is more lengthened. So we find a balance. Let's balance and take your other foot out, whichever one you chose. Ruler to the heart, elbows tucked in. There's your step. Now we extend out. Take a bow for yourself. Sink the weight back. A little bend to the front knee, please. Up and in. Letting go. Now, maybe this side is different. Like for me, I would focus more into my knee. Exhale as we come out. Now, don't let your toe rest before the ruler extends. And don't let the body bow before you shift the weight behind. That could become dangerous. Exhale. Remember, the back heel stays down. The front knee hinges, not passing the toe. Two more. Now this time, as we draw up, we step back into place. Let your ruler rest. Let yourself rest. Feel the warmth to both sides. Does one side feel different than the other or equal? Is the weight to your body equal in both legs? And are your arms equally relaxed, holding on to the ruler? Do you feel any tension in the chest, shoulders, or through the arms? And maybe you're squeezing and we don't need to squeeze. Quite the opposite. Let go. So we bring the ruler in. We extend to the stars. We can extend our spine. We can look up if we like, and then extend to each other. We're going to take a bow on this one and follow the ruler as it descends. Now the bow is not from your hip, it is from your spine. So we flex the spine to go down. We draw the ruler in as close as we can. Feel the shoulder blades hug the spine, the chest opens. We extend the spine or arch. And take a bow for yourself. Find where the range feels good to you. Our knees always have a bend to them. So even when we extend up, we keep the bend there. That keeps us rooted into place. Now let's notice the center of your ruler. Instead of maybe looking around the room as the eyes go high and low. But look to the center of the ruler. Watch it go up. Now as that ruler extends in front of you, imagine the center of the ruler is the center of you. We're going to draw the energy into the center of you, right there below your belly button. And then send it all ways of you. Inward, outward. 2 more, please. If you find that you're going slightly faster than me, slow down. Now here we bring the ruler up to the heart. Sink down. Pause. Feel. Breathe. Cast your eyes just past what you're seeing everyone on. Relax the eyes, relax the jaw. Now we tumble. So the ruler rises. The elbows draw into the side of the body. The shoulders don't rise. We just let the waist turn side to side. And whenever you like, close the fingers and then begin this beautiful manipulation of yin and yang, of holding on and letting go so the ruler can tumble to and fro. It wasn't supposed to rhyme, but it did. Now, if you notice, if the ruler starts to come out of your fingers, slow down. Give your eyes attention to the ruler so you can see what exactly is going on down here. And what do you need to do through the wrists and the hands to hold on and to let go so you can keep the ruler continually flowing. Now we want to try to keep the center of the ruler right around where your heart space is. If it goes down too low, then it's hard to manipulate. We keep it in, and it stays right close to the heart. And the waist just gently turns like an oscillating fan. Now we come back over to the sun and the cloud. We're going to take a step, a small step, albeit, something that's just relaxing. Stepping out into the day, low hinge of the knees, and we come back into place. So you have a rotation on one side. We step in, there's a rotation to the center as you step back into place. And there's the rotation to the other side. Remember, the knees have a little bend. We come back into place. Now let your breath and one of your hands join in harmony of the movement. You choose. It's your breath, it's your hand. But they align, right? We're going to finish going over to the sun and clouds with tumbling. As if we were tumbling through space, weightless, effortless, peacefulness. Last step is here. Notice the texture of the ruler. Notice the ruler may be getting warmer. We come back to center. And then let the ruler tumble down to laying down. To stillness. Feel the warmth in the ruler. Feel the warmth in you. The warmth in the ruler is you. Now, just for fun, take the largest end of your ruler, take it and put it to your forearm. Feel the warmth of your ruler. Feel the warmth of you. You can try it on both sides if you know one side of your body is cooler, and also to see if one side is warmer than the other. We find a balance in our chi. Find a place for your ruler to rest, and then we come back and start our practice of Taichi Chuan. The grand ultimate fist. I think one reason why they leave the fist out of saying Tai Chi, because what's one more Chuan? What's this, right? They don't want to associate the well-being practice of it with, well, violence. So, Tai Chi, grand ultimate. Let the arms drape down beside us. Find your place after we put the rulers in its resting place. Feel the weight balanced to both legs. Let's bring our feet together. You choose or 2 steps. We come to Wuji position. And tonight we're going to work on our balance movements. We're going to start with the crane, then go to rooster, then go to our lotus kick, and then to all the other wonderful movements that involve a step, a side step, and a front step or a bow stance. So pour all the weight into your right leg. Let's open up with your left. Let the arms float up. This is opening the door. Just one time. The body sinks down. We get the hands to the waist, the palms rotate out. Make the letter W. Sink in, sink down. A W again. Release any tension. If your hands are flexed up, release. Hands all the way down. Now here we float up. Let's pull over here to the cloud side, like we're pulling the clouds across the sky. We're going to roll back, come into embracing the full moon. Now the hand that goes down is the heel that comes in. There. Stepping forward at an angle, tap your toe or the ball of your foot to the floor. And then the hands rise and sink. And there we become the white crane that spreads its wings. Make a big circle with the hands and step back into place. Pour all the weight into the sun and cloud side. A little turn so we can bring in the other heel. Take your step out. With the ball of the foot, both knees have a bend to them. The bottom hand sweeps across the waist. On the other hand, like we got a question, but not too high. Remember, the elbows always have a bend. Let's swirl around. Pull the weight across the body. We breathe in, that brings the heel in. We tap the toe, we open the arms, the waist turns the direction of the toe, and that's the exhale, big swirl around. Now, what are we missing here? Empty step. I didn't say anything about the weight to the foot. So when the toe goes out, try to put 0 weight there and put all the weight into the leg you stepped away from so you can step right back in. Just give it your best go. If you got to put a little weight there, that's fine. We sink down. It's like a squat with one leg. And then we open up. Remember what I said a squat was? Anything that hinges the hips and knee is a squat. Breath in, pull across. And back we go. Tap the toe. So this is kind of like a kickstand on the bicycle. Step in to step out, the waist turns. And depending on the strength of the leg that you're stepping away from, depends on how low you go and how deep that movement becomes. The lower you go, the more strength in the legs. Last is here. Let the arms sink down, heels under hips. Close the door. Pick a foot, step in. Pause. Feel. Breathe. We open the door. How's the waist? The waist is tucked under a little bit. Release the tension in the low back, yeah? Now here, pour all the weight, like we did with the ruler, pour all the weight into the yin-yang side. Just lift the heel. Ballerina point to the tapping the toe to the floor, we sink back down. We feel that the spine stays vertical, so we're not leaning sideways. If you lean sideways, your feet may be too far apart. So just heels. Heels lift, tuck the tailbone, the knee is bent, the shoulders are heavy. The jaw is released, the tongue is somewhere in the roof of the mouth. The crown of the head, pulled up to the sky. The pouring of weight is even, one side to the other. And our breath and movement and mind join as one. So we bend the elbow of the heel that's lifting. Elbow rises the height of your shoulder, and your toe can lift a little or a lot. The rooster crows on one leg. Find where your balance is. I'm going to change my angle here, just so you can kind of see what's happening. And you find where this movement fits you, right? So if we're just going to lift the heel, and that's where we need to be tonight for whatever the reason may be, so be it. Or maybe one side lifts up a little bit higher. But remember that the transition is smooth both ways, not up slow and down quick. When we lift, if the foot comes off the floor, the ankle goes under the knee, not under the body. That puts too much tension in the hamstring. One more, last is here. The foot that comes down, pour all the weight there, and we close the door. Knees are bent, tailbone is tucked, the spine is lifted, elbows are bent. We come back to stillness. Pause. Feel. Breathe. Open the door. Now everything moves as one. The arms and legs move. We reach out with the arms and we sidestep at the same time. Then the hands sink and we sink. The arms open up like we're going to grab a hold of a big heaping, helping handful of chi. So we sink the hips back. This is more of a squat. So we're trying to get our fingertips to our kneecaps without leaning the torso over. And then we scoop up, turn the palms away, open up. Now let your eyes look to the hand that you're going to be kicking with of that leg. This allows the waist to turn the direction that you're going to take your kick. Remember, your kick goes, we're going to root in to your strongest leg. You ready? So whatever you think your strongest leg is, put the weight into that one first. Everything comes in, heels, hands, breath. We turn the palms away, and you can let the heel tap the floor, or you can let it not tap the floor. And we sink back down, pour the weight equally to the other side. Now remember, this is not your strongest leg, so see if it feels different, or maybe both are balanced. Find where it is. The waist goes the direction of the foot that we kick. So breath up and in. Your eyes look to the hand of the leg you kick with. Everything comes in, everything goes out. 2 more kicks. Everything sinks, everything rises. Now here, extend the arms to the camera. Pull the clouds across the sky to the yin-yang side. Let's just stay right here. Flow. Let the waist come back to turn the body. The shoulders simply turn the hands, and the waist brings you back across. And then, like the robot, right? From Lost in Space, minus the warnings for Will Robinson. Let the arms sink down. Let the feet draw together. Close the door. Breath in, breath out. Back to Wuji position. Now here we get to do a tune-up or a check-in. We feel the weight is equal to both legs. We feel that the energy or the chi is sunken through the center of the foot. The knees are bent, the pelvis is tucked. The spine is lifted, the nape of the neck, if you want to call it this, is slightly lifted. That's an odd feeling. The tongue is resting somewhere in the roof of the mouth is relaxed, smiles help. Remember, in our mind space, we're in that place that brings us our peace and joy. Let's open the door. Pick a leg. We're going to bring them all together. So the first one, we pull up. We're going to do one each side. So we're going to do rolling back to embrace the full moon for the white crane spreads its wings. We're going to do one on each side. So here we go. Everything opens. We step in with a big swirl of the hands. Pull the energy across the body, root into the leg you just stepped out with. Another for the crane. Arms float out this time. Pull the hands across the sky. The arms sink down, so the arm that we're rooting into, the yin-yang side, the other side, the sun and cloud, comes up to our rooster. Now it's time for our lotus kick. Root into the leg you just brought down. Scoop up. Your belly button goes the direction of your foot. Breath up and everything comes in. Send out the chi. Arms extend forward. Pull the hands across the sky. Roll back side to side. Let the waist turn us. Now the hand that reaches to the yin and yang, let it stay up there. Let the others sink down, and we become to being our clouds. We wave them. So the hand that rises is the foot that steps in. That means we need to bend our knees and tuck our tailbone. Tuck is a choice, or let it relax, and we step out. Now notice that when you step, the waist is turning, but the toes are not going the direction of the turn. Toes stay facing the camera. We got one more step to bring our feet together. No more steps. If you took a step, just stay there. That's the next thing. We're gonna go back. Here we go. Let's go back. The knees are bent. Sometimes a leg wants to go all the way straight as it starts to come in, but it has to stay hinged. It's like a miniature squat through the whole practice. Now stay here. We're just going to lift the heel. Lift the heel, sink it down. Lift your heel, sink it down. One more of lifting just the heel. Become the clouds. How light do you feel? Now the hand that comes in draws just to the heart, like a single-handed prayer. The other joins in. The hand that comes in reaches to the camera. We open up to repulse the monkey. Now with repulsing the monkey, the waist turns. We watch the hand that goes behind us. We continue the footwork though, the marching in place. So we lift the heel. Or in the 24 and the other higher numbered patterns in Yan style Tai Chi, this is a backwards walking movement. This is a great time to really focus on that rooting of your foot, like the earth joins into the fold of your skin. Your skin joins into the fold of the earth. Now, in your personal private practice, I invite you to do this movement while taking regular backwards steps. I would say do the steps first, so that way you know you have the space to do them within. Last one is here. Now as the hands come forward, let them come back to the heart, and we open up. Sinking down, close the door. Choose the leg you'd like to bring in. Pause. Feel. Breathe. Breathe from spine to sternum. Open the door. It's all one movement now. Arms and legs. Stepping sideways, reaching forward. When the toe touches, the hands descend. The exhale begins. Your arms reach beside you as your legs finish, as your breath finishes. Letter W. Everything rises with the breath. The breath doesn't get to the end, nor does the movement. We are one. The hands come in. Sinking down. Rolling back. Let's go over to the yin-yang side. Now we're going to do each movement of the balance work, alternating the side. So one side will be the crane, one side will be the rooster, etc. All right, so here we go. We roll back to hold the moon. Bring in the bottom foot. Crane, open up. The arms sink down. We step in. The foot you're bringing back is the one you root into, so the other side comes up to be the rooster. We sink down and we scoop up. The leg that was rooted in now becomes the kick for the lotus kick. The hand that reached to the leg that extended sinks down. We pull across to become the clouds. A hand that rises is the foot that draws in. We have 3 steps to the sun and clouds. Check the structure of the body. We feel rooted through the waist, lengthened through the spine. Last time to bring the feet together. No step here, but feel the weight shift without the step. The knees should be bent so we can experience. And we go back the direction we came. Watch the hand rise. Watch it float across as you feel the foot draw in. One more, we'll stop with our feet apart. The hand that draws up and in comes into the prayer position. And the other hand draws in to do the same. And as it draws in, it reaches to you and I. And we open up to repulse the monkey, still lifting the heel. Now here, let's give each other a high five for being here this day. We open up, lift the heel. You can let the foot come off the floor if you like or not. Just feel the weight of the shift. Two more. Left and right is counted 1, 2. This time we open up to the yin-yang side. Pull the clouds across the sky. Roll back, let the arms come heavy beside you. And sweep the foot back in to close the door. Pause, feel, wonderful, and breathe. Shoulders are heavy. The chest expands, the back expands. The side expands. Your abdominals expand with your inhale. Let your feet come to a comfortable standing position. In our last 3 movements, family, we reach out, up, and over, lengthening our spine, our mind, and breath. Sink the healing feeling of your chi. We felt it in the ruler. It's more than just the thermal energy of you. Sink the calmness, let it cloak you on the outside. The peacefulness fill you on the inside. And in our last movement, family, I invite you to think about those people, places, things, thoughts, and ideas that bring you health, healing, hope, and happiness into your mind, your mental energy, to your hearts, your emotional energy, and into your bodies, your physical energy. Draw it in, sink it down. Let it infuse all of who and what you are down to your atomic level. And with that, thanks for being here.